Yo, what to do, St. Louis? Y'all know what it is, man. It is 7 a.m. on a Tuesday morning. So y'all know what time it is. It is time for the St. Louis Hustle podcast with yours truly, Cortez Hustle, and my main girl, Michelle. Hey. And man, today we got some stuff for them lined up. Michelle, we're talking old school relationships. We're talking social media, how this is playing into and out of. It's going down today, people. So do us a favor, go ahead and comment where you're from, drop the name of your business and or your brand if you like that free business shout out, and then smash that share button, people. There's chances are there's some folks that could use a little infotainment this morning, because that's what we like to do. We like to inform you and entertain you at the exact same time. So that's what's going down this morning, Michelle. Yeah, we're gonna get on this social media thing, and we're gonna talk about being grown on this thing too, because some of y'all just playing way too much with this with this social media.
Way too much this morning.
Yes,
too much haberdashery going on. Too much.
Too much of it. Too much of it. So y'all make sure y'all smash the share button, comment where you're from, drop the name of your business and or your brand, and we're gonna go ahead and officially kick this party off.
Growing up in St. Louis has never been easy, and most say if you want to succeed here, that you must leave and put down roots somewhere else because of the strong crabs in a barrel mentality here.
I don't know if I'm just an optimistic person, but to see people like Chuck Berry and Nelly make it in the music industry, or the Roberts brothers and Dave Stewart in business, or William Lacey Clay Jr. in politics, can we blame the city, or is it that people just aren't hungry enough?
We're talking to all of the movers and shakers in this town, from entertainers to politicians, social activists and organizers, and of course, entrepreneurs.
Is there a curse on this city that holds people back? Is there an unseen hand that decides who makes it and who doesn't? You're about to find out.
Welcome to St. Louis Hustle.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the St. Louis Hustle podcast. I'm your host, Cortez Hustle. That is my girl, Michelle A. And we are coming to you live and direct from, where we coming from, Michelle, today?
We are coming to you live from the, it's 2 weeks before Michelle's birthday studio. Hi, that's where we're coming to you live from.
That's right. And if you know anything about Michelle, yes, she is already starting to celebrate. So it's going down, man. Tasha, what's going on from the Wealth Building platform? I see you this morning out of the Bronx, New York. So Michelle, we're talking about social media, doing that thing. We're talking about relationships. Before we get into those things, and I want to give a quick announcement for those of you who know people who are moving and shaking in the St. Louis area, and you think they will be a good fit for the show, go ahead and tag them in the comments right now so that we can get them on, man. We love talking to movers and shakers. We're setting up 2021 for a massive overhaul of the show, and we're really going to bring you some amazing people that we've got lined up. But we want to keep that coming all year long. So if you know any influencers in the St. Louis area who are doing amazing things in the area of entrepreneurship, social activism, politics, and just general good people for the culture, then let us know, man. We want to interview them. We want to bring them to you guys first and foremost. So, Michelle, how was your weekend?
The weekend was good. I got two things real quick. We coming up on our year anniversary. That's the first thing.
Mm-hmm.
We are fastly approaching that, and this whole overhaul thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Super excited for that. So, like, people, you got to get in where you fit in, so we can do this, right, for the 21, because 2020 was quite the year, right? And when you think about it, Cortez, we started this show right when the pandemic broke out. It was like our second or third show when they started shutting stuff down.
Yep.
Crazy. And we have just persevered all the way through it, like a lot of you guys have. A lot of you guys got that staying power, you know? So, yeah, we need to kind of get people on the on this ride for 2021 because it's gonna be a nice ride. You know, it's gonna be a nice ride. So
yeah, I think the bounce back, they say what determines how high the ball bounces is the height from which it has fallen, right? And a lot of us have fallen in 2020 from enormous heights, right? So that bounce back is going to be real. I see my man Israel out of Tulsa, Oklahoma in the building. Autonomy Tribe, what's going on, my friend? So yeah, you were saying you had two things. One was the overhaul, but what was the other thing?
So just real quick, a little background. Well, let me do these COVID numbers first.
Yes, let's get
See, that's how I get when I know my birthday is coming. My birthday is coming 2 weeks away. And you know, I'm gonna let you know my disclaimer. I'm gonna act a donkey until the new year. Because that's what I always do around birthday time. So when I be out of pocket, pray for you, girl. Don't talk about me, pray for me. That's my disclaimer. Okay, there it is. So these COVID numbers, let me do that because I need to tell y'all why we got on this subjects. It's a combo show. It's like, go to Popeyes. Can I get a number 3, please? With a strawberry soda. Oh, you out of strawberry? Can I get a number? Oh, you out of wings? Can I get 2 breasts? You out of breasts? Can I get a thigh? You what? This is a chicken place. You ain't got no chicken.
Yeah, man, that's funny because you are so right. Well, can I get a cup of water? And how about some chicken breading?
Can I get some crust? Can I get some water and some crust?
I'll go dress up my own chicken at home if you just give me your breading.
Can you give me the batter? Just give me some batter. Okay. So the numbers, we are all the way up. Missouri's at 367,000 active cases, and Illinois 857. Yikes.
So again, that meal ticket, man.
The vaccine. Oh, it's here. It's here. Are you vaccine? I know I ask it all the time, but I gotta know. You know, don't do it and then try to get on the show and you be hoping out.
I ain't playing with y'all. No vaccine, man. I better get on away from around here with that, man.
Did you see on the news why they got the black lady do? She knows she was somebody to catch her outside, whoop her tail. She's sitting there. I'm the first one. It's all we always the first one in the movies. Who the first one to die in the movie?
Yes.
And she's sitting up there like, right here.
Yeah.
You tripping. You just gonna bring that stereotype life up.
Right. I'm telling you, man. Listen. Do you know the traditional time frame that it takes for a vaccine to be developed?
Man.
It's like years. And either y'all know this was planned and it was coming, it's a pandemic, and y'all already been working on this for years, or somebody lying somewhere else that it really don't take years to get a vaccine together. And I mean, there's no human trials. Come on, we know that trials could take months. Most of the trials start out like 6 to 12 months. Right, just the trial, and so yeah, man, you missed me with the
y'all make that a hashtag pandemic. Hashtag pandemic.
Yeah.
New word.
I'm telling you.
This is my last thing on the subject. I heard somebody say this last week that I saw it on Facebook, but they came up with this vaccine in 9 months, approximately 9 months. But we still ain't got a cure for cancer. Still ain't got a cure for AIDS.
Nope.
Diabetes, but something that's new. Now, cancer been out there for hundreds of years. Diabetes, all of that. We ain't found a cure for that or a vaccine, if you will, for that. But we've been dealing with this for not a year, and we've come up with a vaccine in less than a year, and it's supposed to work. Like you said, my grandma used to say it all the time. Somebody lying. Somebody lying. That's the end of what that is. Somebody is not being true. Shame on you. Your butt stank and you don't love Jesus.
I agree. Scott Perry out of Houston, Texas, man. If you have a business or a brand, go ahead and shout yourself out, man. Want to hear from you.
Too much. Okay, got it. All right, so I told you I'm on one. Okay, so I had these interesting conversations over the weekend. That's what I did over the weekend. I ran my mouth. So, the old school subject, right? I had this interesting conversation with a male acquaintance, and we were discussing female male roles. And anybody that knows me knows I'm a little bit traditional, a lot bit sort of. That you know what? Yeah, both people can work in a relationship, but there are certain things that a man is supposed to do in a relationship, and there's certain things that a woman should be doing in a relationship. And he came along and wanted to kick all that over. It's like, nah, that's Bible. People too old fashioned. Dude, that's biblical. That's about as old fashioned as you're gonna get, yes. But ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, his whole beat was that a woman could carry her own bags. The devil is a lie. Who's gonna carry what? Oh no, sugar. And what I got you for if I'm carrying my own bags? What is that?
Right.
You know, so I wanted to kind of really kind of peel that back when just different pieces of that, you know, with traditional relationships kind of started out. The man would take care of the yard and car and stuff outside the house, and the woman we take care of the more domestic things, you know, cooking, cleaning, tending to the children, you know. Now, you know, those traditional values have kind of watch them fly away. They're kind of gone, and now you have men that stay at home all day with kids, and the woman goes to work, and she's the breadwinner.
Right.
What's your opinion on that? Because there's a couple ways it can unfold, but what's your opinion on that?
So I think for me, it is. I think it has to really be based on what works for that particular household. Do I think that a traditional framework should be looked at and given a world? I think a lot of the traditional framework does work for the majority of people, right? But I think each individual situation has its own merit. So we know that in our situation, you know, as Black people, Black men, in a lot of cases, the woman can get a higher paying job faster than the man. So does it say that a man cannot stay at home and take care of the kids? And if that works for your situation, but I do believe that the primary focus, I believe that my God-given duty from my creator is to provide and protect my family. Now, there's no right or wrong way to do that. I don't believe.
I'll agree.
Right. So how that happens, even if the woman makes more money, I think there is still something in me that says, man, I've got to figure out how to provide and put food on this table and create an environment where my family is safe, not only physically, but emotionally and spiritually and all of those things as well. So I think there has to, I think we can go too far with traditionalism, but then I also think that there's nothing wrong with that being the baseline. And I don't think anything should hold you into that in terms of if that just does not work for you and your family dynamic, that's fine. I don't think anybody should judge you because of it.
Very, very good points. So in addressing some of what you just said in regards to the traditionalism, what about scenarios where, because that can go, I think we all know too much of one thing is not good, right? So it can either go too far to the left or to the right. So in regards to, if you have there's so much here. Man, me and this person went round and round. I was not giving up the ghost that day. I was like, oh, Joker, I just cracked the top of my energy drink. Let's do this. So with that, real quick, touching the job thing. If you have a Black man and a Black woman that both have the same level of education and experience, who do you think is going to get that job? They both going for the same job, same level of expertise, same level of education. Who's more likely to get the job?
I think the man is more likely to get the job. However, we do know that there is a disparity in the difference between how many Black women are college educated versus Black men. So I think you have to look at that. So when the experience is the same, in that statement, there's way more Black women who are college educated and more experienced. And I think from a standpoint of even in 2020 going into 2021, we are still public enemy number one, the biggest threat. So if I had a choice to, I think that's one of the reasons that women our sisters have been able to excel a lot faster in the corporate environment because of the threat that we are perceived to be in a lot of areas. So I think where all things are equal, then just like white men and white women, I think, we are still in a very, very masculine society. So the man has that opportunity to get the job over the woman. But I think in our case specifically, there are way more highly qualified, college educated women than there are Black men. And then when you add to that, Black men are more likely to have the felony strike on their record, which creates a different level of availability for Black women to be in higher positions of higher earnings than a lot of brothers. That's where I'm coming from with that. So in order to make that work, if you're saying that, hey, she makes six figures and we've got little babies, well, can we make a 6-figure salary work? And instead of paying for daycare as I go to work, heck, daycare might be more expensive than what I can bring in, depending on my level of experience and education and what I bring to the marketplace. So it might be make economical sense for me to stay home and deal with the family if I am capable of doing that. Because I know some guys, like Kevin Hart said, man, we see ourselves as babysitting our own kids. Joker, they your kids. You can't babysit your own kids.
Thank you. I gotta watch these kids. Them your kids. What is you talking about? Watch these kids. These kids is yours.
What's up, Zolani? Drop the name of your brand, man, so I can give you a shout out as well. Good morning. So that's I mean, there's a lot to unpack, and there's a lot of ways that there's a lot of ways to make a family household work. But I also think, like I said, there's a baseline that, hey, give it a go in this direction, and then feel your way around it to see, okay, that just doesn't work for us, right? Because remember, we are still two whole people that came together. And a lot of times the way we come together and the way we find love and that kind of thing creates a situation that says, man, I really didn't know that you were this so strong in this career thing. I thought I was just going to be able to do my thing and you was going to stay home. And a lot of times those the deeper conversations a lot of times in relationships don't necessarily happen before the love. And you find yourself, man, loving somebody, and you might, man, you as headstrong as a mug. I didn't really realize that about you, but I love you to death. So how we make it work?
You better find all that stuff out up front. That's how you don't wind up with somebody that's a double dollar sign. You don't wind up like that when you find out up front. So as I was digging into this topic, I didn't want to just approach it from my Michelle kind of way. You already know where I am. If I'm making six figures, which I'm on my way. I'm on 3 right. I'm on 2 right now. Okay, but I'm on my way to 6. I got 4 more figures to go. So if I'm making 6 figures and my husband doesn't, does that mean? Let's say, perfect example. I'm a little bit more mature in my life, and my children are grown. I'm on my way. I'm making 6 figures. I'm on my way to 10, and my significant other, I ain't married this joker yet, because again, I'm on my way to 10. He doesn't make that, but we decide to cohabitate together because I make so much money. Does that mean he don't have to? Does that mean he don't have to work? Because I know I can do it. I'm doing it all. Does that mean he doesn't have to contribute?
Hell to the no. In the late great Whitney Houston voice, hell to the no. I mean, he doesn't have to if that is not agreed upon, right? See, again, it comes back to what's working for us. You make six figures, you've been taking care of a household. If you decide that, and some women do this, hey, my man is going to be a kept man. He ain't got to work. He ain't got to cook. He ain't got to clean. All he got to do is love me and keep me warm at night. And some women are there. However, I will tell you this. You on a slippery slope if you going to work 40, 60, 80 hours a week and this joker is at home all day doing nothing.
Man, that first of all, that hurt my heart. That burns like acid reflux. It burns. That is so. But so you're right. There are some women that are in that position and they have a trophy husband, right, or trophy boyfriend.
Yeah.
That don't even taste good. So I'm just like, so if they do choose that as a man, do you just let it be?
Well, again, you got some brothers who decided early in life that I'm going to get this body right. I'm going to stay groomed. I'm going to stay fresh cut. Listen, and I'm going to find me, just like we have, and we don't talk about this a whole lot, but we have sisters who say, I'm going to keep it snatched and I'm going to go find me a Captain Saver and I'm going to get saved and I'm not going to have to do a whole lot of anything. Well, that happens in reverse. There are men who say, listen, I'm in this gym 6 days a week because these washboard abs are going to find me a woman who says, hey, all I need from you is some good loving a couple times a week. And I need you to look good in a tux when we go out. I got everything else handled, right? And when that's the case, if that's the decision, then that's the decision. And again, if that works for y'all situation, who am I to judge you or him when you have agreed that you can't, not that he won't work, you as the woman who's making the six figures and you've built this ideal life said you can't work.
That truly was a hypothetical.
That's on that couple. Now, that woman has to find the right man that's going to make that work, right?
Right.
Because
you
can't put me in that situation and say I can't work, I can't build a business, I can't go out and get my own bread. The last thing I'm going to do is put myself in a situation where I'm fully dependent on anybody other than the Lord. But some brothers do that, and it's like, hey, what's going on here? Hey, we got into it, and she put me out, man. Can I crash on it? No.
And be surprised when they get put out. They be like, I gotta go. Well, why? All I did was sit up on your couch and play video games and eat up on your food all day. That's all I did. Spend all your money.
Yeah.
But I put it down for it's not enough anymore. Oh, you can go to the bottom drawer. I'm not doing that no more.
Right, because what you got to understand about being a trophy husband or a trophy wife, there's always a bigger trophy.
There's always a bigger fish in the sea. Always. That's some tomfoolery. So man, I got a couple questions.
You got a 6-pack, but I just ran across a brother with an 8-pack.
I don't know if I want an 8-pack. Something might hurt.
Yeah.
So I got just a few questions for you. See, I know you was gonna be getting you have such a creative spin on things. I was just like, I knew if I asked you certain questions, you're gonna come back a certain way.
Yes.
Ha ha ha. I did that to you. You're welcome.
All
right. So question number 1, and you can have all your you got all your what I want to say. There's a lot of fellas that checked in today. A lot of
Yeah, I see Zelani said
So
trophy husband. I ain't never heard of that.
right.
Tarsha said dope topic. I agree. It depends on the couple. I also believe a real transparent, vulnerable conversation must take place. Yeah, I mean, ideally, you want to have these conversations take place before you get trapped into the loving, but we know that sometimes,
The cart always comes before the horse. What are we doing?
Hey man, I'm madly, deeply, passionately in love with this person that I don't even know for real.
Man, that is it's a lot of foolishness.
It happens.
Okay, so is there anything wrong with a woman paying for the date when she goes out? She's got a steady boyfriend. Is there anything wrong with her always paying for the date? Just from your gut, and then fellas weigh in too. If there's a couple ladies don't lie, I can't see who's online right now, but ladies weigh in. Fellas, I wanna. Is there anything wrong? Y'all go out every week and she always pays. Are you cool?
I mean, not if you pimping. That's what it sounds like to me.
That's a good one.
If you pimping, again, it goes back to that situation. If that is what I'm looking for, hey man, I'm trying to find me a woman that's gonna take care of me. And I found one. And when she's taking care of me, I'm gonna let that happen if that's what I choose to. But again, the type of guy that I am says, it's I want to, and if we're boyfriend and girlfriend or we're in a committed relationship, and we know based on our level of commitment, the financial status between the two of us, and it says in order for this relationship to work, I can't afford, if I have my own place, you have your own place, or hey, listen, I can't afford this level of treating. And if you say, hey, I love your company, I just want to be around you so much, but I'm used to this type of restaurant. So when we come here, I got something on it, but that's out of my budget. And if you're okay with that, then I'm okay with that. Not because I don't want to provide, but it's because you said you wouldn't lower your standards. You said that, hey, even though you love my company, you don't like my company at Popeyes. My company has to be kept at Ruth Chris. Hey, listen, I ain't the Ruth Chris guy right now, but I will happily oblige a steak at Ruth Chris if you're paying for it, right? And if you're always paying for it because that's where we are financially, we're financially unequally yoked, then, it is what it is. But all things being equal, no. If we are in a relationship and I delight in your company and I'm asking you to come hang out with me, then just on that alone, I should be willing to fit the bill because
you just hit something.
Yeah.
Man. So is it, and I know what kind of is what people choose is what they choose, but what do you, the consensus about if I'm a female and I make a nice amount of money? I make a decent amount of money. So, and I choose to seek after or look for a man that makes equal or more than me. So I'm specifically looking for someone. Again, I got mine up. I'm looking for somebody that got theirs up. Is not is there a wrong or a right? But I think I've even tried that, and just my personal opinion. I've tried it because I have been in those situations where I've paid all the time. And yes, you are exactly right. If you get that right joker on the wrong day that says, "Oh, you gonna pay today? Okay, tomorrow? You gonna pay the next day?" Well, you know what? You're so good at paying. You are a great payer, and I'm gonna just let you keep doing it. They will seriously let you keep paying and not feel a darn bit of shame about it, And it does make a difference, as you said. You get that man that has that. I don't want to call it pride because sometimes pride comes before the fall is what the Lord say. But if he has a sense of male awareness that says, "I'm a man, baby. I'm gonna only let you go so far before I'll go sell some cans. I'll go do something, to try to pull in something to help." But yeah, there are those that will let you do it. So I've tried getting out there, finding somebody. Let me find somebody that's got theirs up like me. But then if you just strictly go on that, then there's that tendency. You get that they either want to control, they want too much control, where it's like, let's just work this out. You got yours, I got mine. We're evenly blended. In those situations, I still think man need to carry weight. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I'll pay every third day, baby.
Right.
I'm a good person. I'll pay every fifth day. But but there are, I guess there's pitfalls on both sides.
It is. It is. And I think there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I'm of a certain level financially. And it's not just financially, it's socially, spiritually, emotionally. I want someone that can compete on that level, so to speak. And that's okay. I think for our Black women, it's slim pickings. When you get to certain financial levels and certain levels of culture, and if that's what you're looking to, and that's the only thing that you're looking for, I think it gets difficult. But I definitely think that at that level, if we're dating, and it really depends. If I ask you out, then you don't pull out your debit card, your cash, or anything. If you ask me out, then maybe there is an option. You should be prepared, right? If you ask me out, you should be prepared.
Yeah, I've done that. There's been some occasions where there's been a real chill dude. I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to just put myself out. This all that. And I've been prepared. I'm like, let's get to the next pay period. We can't do it this week. Next pay period, I got you. There are some times where, I do want to boss up. When I know that a man got it, I feel I'm okay bossing up with him. So I'll be like, hey, let's go out. I got you. Because I know he's capable.
Right.
Now, I know we get ready to go to break, but I want to make this last statement. Because when we come back after the break, it's the combo show. We're going to switch it up. We're going to go from the chicken. I'm going to move over here and start working on these fries. And that's what I do. But this question, I'm going to just leave it out there in the atmosphere. Women, sometimes we get beat up because if we are making, got our stuff together and we are making a decent amount of money, when that brother that doesn't tries to holler at us, he's trying to upgrade himself, basically, is what it is. I said what I said. He's trying to upgrade, and you don't have your own place, you ain't got a car, and you might work part-time or sometime, but you want to pursue a relationship. Personal opinion, bruh, it ain't the right time. You have nothing of your own. But when I turn you down, I'm the big bad wolf feed, you know what I'm saying? Because I said, no, I'm not interested because you don't have your stuff together. And I'm made to feel bad. Oh, I'm a gold digger. I'm only interested in money. No, I'm interested in somebody that's bringing something to the table like I am. I got to bring the table, the flatware, the silverware, your chair, your cup, a Kool-Aid. No.
Yeah, I think there's definitely always you're always looking up, right? So I think women do it. I think men do it. I think we're always looking up. It's like, hey, I want somebody who's doing a little bit better than me. But yeah, I think there's two types. There's two types. There's the guy who wants to be kept, right? And he's looking to connect with anybody. But then there's a guy who, you remember, dating doesn't stop because I've fallen on hard times, right? So you have the guy who is, hey man, I did have my own place. I did have, hey man, that divorce kind of took me out. So I'm at mom's house right now, trying to rebuild. So that guy has to be given a fair shot, I think, in some instances. And a lot of times it doesn't appear that a lot of times we don't get to the place where those conversations are had. Why are you not on your feet? Hey man, listen, I was okay. Wife got cancer, lost her a couple years ago. that medical wiped me all the way out. And, you know, at the point, you know, my job actually let me go because I wanted to be by my wife's side. And, you know, so we don't get, it's like, hey, brother, you ain't got it. You ain't getting it. See you later.
But should their focus be, you know, they're recuperating from that? I'm not saying that people that are in those situations don't deserve love, because they do. Everybody deserves love. However, should the focus be on rebuilding? You know what I'm saying? Because if you come into a situation, yes, we all need that love, but we know that love does not run the relationship. It does not pay for things. It does not finance and maintain things or stabilize things. Love is love, and I love love. But knowing that you are rebuilding, is it fair to try to enter a relationship with someone knowing you're rebuilding, knowing that I have nothing right now? Yeah, I'm on my way, but I have nothing right now. Entering a relationship, you know that you're going to put the stress on the other person. You're going to do that. I think a person, if you got any kind of heart, like, why would you, grown folk, why would you put someone that you potentially care about through that kind of stress? Why wouldn't you try to, let me get my hustle game up, or, you know, and maybe just be a friend to the person, get your game up, and then, you know, maybe come for that person. But coming at them half-cocked, I think it's opening the door for so many things, because one or the other is going to get overworked and they're going to be tired. And then that's where resentment builds up and bitterness and all kinds of foolishness. So
I think you're true. I think you're onto something there. But I think this also goes back to creating a relationship during the dating phase. It's like, hey, we just dating, man. And I think women should date a man for 6 to 12 months.
Heck yeah.
Before there is even commitment, because what it says is, hey, you're a nice brother. I don't mind going out on a date with you. Let's talk. Let's have some conversations. And then based on those conversations, like, oh, okay, I understand this. This is brother's down. Hey, right now, I'll be honest with you. If you ask me to go stay tonight, the answer is no. But however, I'm willing to, you know, we might go on a few more days. We might kick it a little bit. But as we're going down this path, I should see the rebuilding taking place, right? So like, you know, I don't have any daughters, but I have nieces, and they don't often talk to me about their relationships and that kind of stuff. But when I have the opportunity, it's like, hey, this is why there is seed time and harvest, because you got to see,
you better come on.
Hey, this guy has introduced himself to me. And the reason that I like this guy, he says that he is going back to school. He says that he's in between jobs right now, but he's got a few interviews coming up. He says he's not into the streets, you know, that hardcore. He's got some rough buddies that he hangs out with that's from his old neighborhood from time to time, but he's not that dude, right? Okay. Right. Well, in order for me to allow the manifestation of those conversations and those aspirations to take place, it's going to take time. And I can't be jumping into bed with him. I can't be in full relationship. I can't be talking about moving in with him. He moving in with me in 90 days. And we've got to allow this thing to play out. So in 90 days, you say, hey, man, we met in the spring. Well, it is the fall. You said you was going back to school, brother. Did you miss enrollment? What happened? Hey, you said you had 3 interviews lined up, and you've been calling me all day, every day, FaceTime, and I see you. Did you ever go on those interviews? What happened? Did you get a second follow-up interview? They all 3 fell through, and you don't got nothing else lined up. I think that's the time thing that we're missing and jumping in and out of relationships. Is a lot of times we just don't take our time. I think if you don't see a man or a woman, for that matter, if you don't see them when they are upset, if you've never seen them when they are angry, if you've never seen them when they are extremely happy, you never seen them when they are extremely sad, then I don't think you know those people. And that could be some huge, you know, I think about the vows that say for better or for worse, right? My wife likes to drink a little wine. So when
Hey,
we
don't
decided,
put my girl out there
no,
like that.
I'm just saying, this is a valid point. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Wine too, girl.
So for better or for worse meant that, okay, she likes to drink a little wine. For worse means I'm marrying this chick knowing that she could become a full out wino or alcoholic. That's for worse. Am I prepared for that? Right?
Right. That's the worst part.
This thing goes worse. And then, hey, if it goes what I perceive to be better, what if she stops drinking? What if I don't like her if she don't got a little wine in her? That you got to understand.
She's not fun.
This is what time does, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of times I think we get really wrapped up in these relationships without enough time to get to know the person. And I think that causes some real challenges for us emotionally to come out without being damaged at all. But it's like, hey, and I think sometimes you can't, even when it seems right, it's like, hey, man, you seem like you got a real good vibe. So we're going to go hard every day for 12, 15, 20 days. No, you seem like you got a real good vibe. I'm going to pump the brakes on this and I'm going to see you once every 10 days.
Yeah.
And we're going to take our time, because what happens is we collapse time and that everyday thing, 2, 3, 4 hours a day, every day. Now it feels like we've put in enough time to invest emotionally. And
been there.
Ain't it?
Tell them a story, man. You tell them a story.
We're going to skip the break, man. Let's go ahead and get into this social media stuff, man.
Oh my God. We got to. We got to go to break.
Yeah. Zolani said, I know all about that. So real quick, man, let me just let you guys hear from my girl, Eliani Campbell. If you are a Black business owner in St. Louis, you need to hear from my girl. Keep it locked right here.
My name is Eliani Campbell, and I am the founder and creator of STL Black Biz. STL Black Biz is an online Black business directory that was created in 2014 to connect Black businesses and consumers that are looking to shop Black businesses. If you are a Black business owner and you're interested in showcasing your products or your services, you can do so. You can visit us at www.stlblackbiz and you can list your business. For more information, visit www.stlblackbiz.
Go to stlblackbiz.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the St. Louis Hustle Podcast. I'm your boy, Cortez Hustle. That's my girl, Michelle. Hey, we caught her again. We caught her again.
Damn, James.
I got you on the hard stop, though. But yeah, so I just think there's a lot to the relationship. And I think there's the traditionalism versus, I don't think there's, like I said, I don't think there's a right way and a wrong way to do a relationship. Here's what I will say, that if you are doing non-traditional, just be ready to stand on that, right? Because you're going to come across all forms, shapes, sizes of judgment about how you and your boo are doing your thing. And you got to be prepared to say, hey, man, listen, this is how we do it. This is what works over here. And I'm not going to judge you about how you doing your thing. And I don't want you to judge me about how I'm doing my thing. But even if you do bring that judgment, just understand this is how we do our thing over here. Like, for instance, I don't think that if a woman has to work outside of the house, I don't think she should be solely responsible for doing everything in the house, right? If I, as a man, need your help with my duty as a provider, meaning I'm not providing enough income, so you have to go and create some income to bring to this household so we can live the way. So you're helping me provide. Then if we're thinking traditional, then I have to also help you with your nurturing of the kids and keeping up the house clean and all of that kind of stuff. I've seen brothers who will send their wife to work, and when she comes off work, then it got to be
Waiting
done.
for a
House
meal.
got to be clean, laundry, all this, and they ain't lifting a finger. I'm like, how you gonna ask her to help you with your duty, and you not gonna help her?
The
with-
devil is a liar.
So-
Don't let him use you, people. Don't. If you let him ride, he gonna want to drive. Don't
There you
let the devil ride.
There you
Wow.
go.
So this social media thing, had another I've been having all kinds of conversations with people, right? So I've been having interesting conversations with people. So there was another brother at my job, security guard, and he's trying to get my phone low key, you know. And so I gave him a card that had the social media stuff on it for the show and all that. I gave him that.
Mhm.
And he said, "You ain't got no phone number?" I said, "Well, do you do social media? You can connect with me on social media." "Oh no," is exactly what he said. He was a little bit on like, "Oh, he said, oh no, you know, I work for 911. And first of all, you work for 911. Oh no, you know, I work for 911. And, you know, I know all about that social media. Oh no, it's all kind of stuff out there. I don't do that." And that just really started me to think. And I was like, stop the foolishness. I've been on social media over 10 years, various platforms. And I've never, ever had a foolishness, a foolish, trifling, controversial drama. I've never had that BS happen on my account, on my timeline. I've never had somebody popping up going, I ain't never had beef on social media. You know what I'm saying? First of all, how you beef with somebody you don't know? If I don't know you, I ain't got no beef. I don't know you. You know, men, women. You have men who have drama. I've heard other men say, I don't fool with that. I get in trouble with that. I done had various. Now I don't put my business out there. If I have relationships, and I have over the last 10 years. Okay, I'm back. But I don't put it out there. And I've never had men in my inbox trying to battle each other, or people popping on timelines, or girlfriends on my time. I'm not messing. It's
Right.
what you do with social media can't do no more than what you let it do.
That's right.
You have to feed it. It don't do itself. If
Yeah.
everyone stopped doing social media wouldn't be social media. It would just be a computer platform or internet platform sitting bare. It takes people to drive it. So what are you driving? You can exist out there. What are you putting into the atmosphere? What are you putting out?
Yeah.
What say you?
I agree. People who have those kinds of issues with social media, or people who have those kind of issues off social media.
Thank you.
that's
Thank you very much.
bottom line. It is the people like the people who have drama on their timeline.
Yep.
They have drama in their circles that
They
they
do.
live in offline. The people who have boyfriend and girlfriend, baby mama, baby daddy drama that surfaces publicly. They also are the people who once a week, if you look out your window, they fighting outside.
That's it.
So they take that same behavior on social media as well. So you're right. It is what they are bringing to the table as it relates to social media. Now, can you be trolled on social media? Yeah, absolutely. I think even with that, there's only so much trolling that you could do to a person who is not drama free. I remember because if you follow me on my business page, Financial Health Mentor, got over 100,000 followers on that page, right? And I had a guy troll me. Yeah, I had a guy troll me. It's only because it's relevant to the story.
I got a few followers.
But I had a guy who trolled me on that page because he was a licensed financial advisor, right? And I don't know this guy, and I don't know this to be 100% true, what I'm about to say. I can only assume that this is what had him up in arms, is because I had a big following and I don't have a license in the financial space. And he trolled me. He went so hardcore with the trolling, Michelle, that he went to CaseNet and found that I had a child support order when my 23-year-old son was 2 years old or something like that. And he published that and sent that in to everybody who followed me to their inbox, right? Because he was trying to discredit me because I call myself financial health mentor, right? He's like, how can you be a financial health mentor? You don't have license. What is this you telling these people and all this stuff? I was like, listen,
that is crazy.
So, and I'm like, why are you bothered? Oh, maybe it's because I have a following. I have some influence that I built over 5 years. Clearly, these people trust me. Clearly, if you go to the reviews on the page, yeah, I'm 4.7 stars out of 5 or something. So it was one of those. So you can be trolled doing nothing but doing what you do. But even in how you handle being trolled, it's like, you know, I didn't get into any fisticuffs with the guy. Say, hey man, I understand. Hey, why don't you come on my page and let me do a live interview and you talk to the people about what you're licensed at and how you can help them. What's different about you than me and all this.
Right.
So it's crazy, but I think people who are full of drama, I think people who are still, especially men who are still playing the field, understand that social media can get their butts caught up. So they're trying to stay away from social media. These are the same guys who are still today getting caught up on three-way calls. Yeah, whether you online or offline, your character comes with you. Everywhere you go, there you are. So whoever you are off social media, you're that same person on social media. Eventually it catches you. I know people put up these personas and these fake images and that kind of stuff, but eventually the real you shows up on social media just like it shows up offline. And govern yourself accordingly, as my sugar likes to say.
That's what I'm talking about. It's so funny, just, you know, in the beginning, social media started out so innocently, and from a standpoint of it just started out as a place for people to connect. Oh, I'm gonna reconnect with my cousins, my auntie, my high school people, and then it transitioned into people were getting news and entertainment, infotainment offline. You know, they were doing that. Then it segued into something for people. Oh, I'm gonna just get online for a little bit, kill some time. You know, so it kind of took this pathway from there into just, I'm gonna follow stars, I'm gonna follow the Kardashians or whoever. Then it went to, I'm a network. People start using it more for business. You know, then people start using it more to sell products and services. You know, and then from there it just became kind of what you said, this whole trolling thing. Then now here we are in the 21st century, and people are using it for relationships. They're using it to find people, to create relationships with people. There are people who have online relationships via social media that have been in relationships for years and never seen each other, never met in person, but you have a whole love life with someone that you don't even really know. You know,
yes,
it creates again, if you don't control it, again, social media isn't it. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't control it, it will control you. You know, and it really can wreak havoc in your life. You know, some of the things that people are doing or don't do rather when it comes to this is a big one. Do you share passwords for your online accounts with your spouse or your significant other? Do sugar have your passwords to your Instagram and your Facebook?
Yeah, because it ain't but one password for my whole life, Michelle. And listen, I'm a password for getting some guns. So I just say keep it the same across everything. It's like, hey, if you find it out, then man, you just unlock everything, right? It's just,
right, you got us. You got us.
You got me.
Okay. You got it. What out? I got it. Now I'm similar. I'm kind of the same way. It's just one of those things. One of the other things that I wanted to kind of spin here, and forgive me, I got two laptops going at one time. But there's something else that I wanted to introduce with that. some of the things that we are kind of allowing to have happen. And I know we got to hit this quick because we're coming to the top of the hour. But the body image or self-image,
Yes.
in
Yeah.
this century, we are turning to, it used to be in the millennium, 90s into the millennium, we turned to TV for our image. We looked at who we saw on television and who they look like this, and I want to look like that. Now it's the internet. Now it's social media.
Mhm.
Who are we seeing on social media? We see all of these different online commercials on social media, these people on social media with the snatched waists and the big booties, and women, at least, because women have been the ones that always have the body image issue. We
Mhm.
see this look and we want to look like that. We want to be shaped like the girl that is a 2 in the waist, but she's like a 50 in thighs or in the buttocks.
Right.
That's not natural. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to get their rib cage broke in and then get all of this stuff. It's insane. They're having surgery to be made to be shaped like that, you know? And it's messing with our minds. It's the same thing. My
Mhm.
grandma used to say the devil ain't changed his game. He doing the same thing. He just hopping platforms. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
TV, you know what I'm saying? He uses media, magazines. Now it's social. You know,
Yeah.
so we kind of have to be careful with that, and especially as ladies. Used to be it was just young girls, but now it's grown tail women out here
Yeah.
that we're breaking the bank, trying to look like somebody we saw on their Instagram account. And
Yeah.
we can't fall into that trap.
And men have the same issues. It just manifests differently.
Hmm.
Right? So for us, it usually manifests in, our grind and our hustle. So if we don't look the part, what Hollywood says a handsome and debonair man should be like, what hip hop says a hustler or a gangster or a thug should be like. We don't have that. It usually manifests in us trying to fake that whole image. But another thing, and I know we're running short on time, is where I think social media is really attacking our sisters is through the various filters and that kind of stuff. It's like, man, I've seen so many people alter their images on social media with the with the filters, right? And it goes hard. I'm talking about, it's not, hey man, this is a nice picture. I've got a blemish on my face. I just want to remove that blemish. It is, no, that don't even look like you at all. It's
like, I am redoing my whole face. I just got a facelift online for free. What I need a doctor for? What I ain't gonna never see this joker. No way. We've been in a relationship for 10 years online. I'll never need to see you be in love with this image. I'll say this. It's a challenge. I think I want to do that. It's a challenge. I did this probably maybe a year or so ago. I did a filter challenge where I took a straight picture of myself and a filter picture. I think as a woman, because here's the thing. Once you make it, you go do whatever you do, please don't think that the record label, the modeling agency, or the TV or whatever, please don't think they're not going to filter your picture, because they are. You know what I'm saying? They got to get that perfect look. However, I believe that if, because I do use filters. I said it. I said what I said. I use filters. However, the filters that I use, they're not dramatic. You know what I'm saying? They might kind of pick you up in the ass just a little bit. But I did a side-by-side challenge with a couple of my pictures. And I was just like, and my message was, if you use filters, don't go crazy with them. I don't think there's nothing wrong with them if you don't go crazy with them. You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of go crazy with them. It's like, hey, listen, I almost didn't recognize you there. I had to look at your name. And like, why is this person following me? Who is this person? And then it's like, do I like this picture? Do I react? Because I really don't like it. So I don't want to give it a thumbs up or a heart because I don't like it. Right.
Yeah.
Zelani says spend $10,000 on surgery, but won't spend $10 on a gym membership. That's crazy. Listen, great show. I know you got a hard stop this morning. So ladies and gentlemen, We appreciate all of y'all for tuning in to the St. Louis Hustle Podcast. I'm your boy Cortez Hustle. That's my girl Michelle. Hey, and hey, next week, man, we got a great show for you guys. You guys remember we interviewed AG Tattoo, and it wasn't right with the audio and the video, so we actually went on location. Michelle got a tattoo live on location. And we actually interviewed the brother, and he was, he was very open and forthcoming about his accident and all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna bring that to you guys next week, man. I think you guys are gonna love it. So until then, get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it. Each and every single one of you. Now hustle up.
Boom.